Hello everyone, welcome to this video where I am going to explore your subconscious mind so that you can discover what it means to dream of receiving a marriage proposal. In other words, living a moment in which someone expresses his desire to spend the rest of his life nothing more and nothing less than with you. That if you look closely, it immediately places you in front of a quite complex situation for you, which I don't know if you would like to experience anyway. The fact that you are forced to make a decision that publicly commits you to something. That's what we are going to be talking about here. But before going into the analysis, in case you don't know me, let me introduce myself. My name is Robert. I am a psychoanalyst with more than 30 years of experience. And in case you want to have a psychoanalysis session with me, or in case you want the psychoanalysis of one of your dreams, just send me an email to the one that I am going to leave you here below in the description of this video so I can tell you how you can join my consultation. Now, back to what it means to dream of receiving a marriage proposal. This is a very important dream because from the outset, it is revealing that you are going through a phase of your life where you feel that you are being forced to make a decision that you know very well that it will affect your whole future, which was totally improvised. I mean, it wasn't something you expected to have to decide right now. Although I anticipate that this is a process that you have been experiencing for a long time. That is being led to make decisions and commit to people who have already decided your future for you, without you having much right to reply, or even time to think about it. And that explains precisely why the figure of the marriage proposal was presented in your unconscious mind, with all security in experiencing a situation in your daily life in recent days where one of your family, friends, or work colleagues made you commit to something that you did not want to do, but did it in such a way that you did not have the slightest opportunity to say no. That is, to satisfy your own desires, which in turn reveals that your greatest fear will arise precisely from not having the ability to decide about your own future. What is a great paradox? Because in practice, your greatest unconscious desire at this moment is precisely to be able to control your destiny, because it is something you have never done. And that is the reason why you have dreamed of a marriage proposal, because it is a symptom of your unconscious, which is expressing the enormous frustration you feel due to the fact of living surrounded by people who are somehow always trying to control your future. For this reason, in the last time, you have begun to resent the fact that when you least expect it, people appear to ask you if you would like to do something or if you can help them, but they never give you the opportunity to say no. And this is because most of the times this happens, those people choose moments in which you see yourself surrounded by people so that your decision is taken in public, what immediately activates in your mind precisely the biggest problem that this dream reveals. The fact that it costs you a lot to say no in public. And that is precisely what this dream of the marriage proposal is expressing. That you have reached a point in your life where you are tired of always having to say yes, when in reality you want to say no. That is why this dream is so interesting, because on the one hand, it shows you a very beautiful moment, where there is a person who values you to the point of declaring in public that he wants to spend his whole life with you, when in reality, what he wants is to tie you, for means of what? Then of public commitment. It's saying something you just cannot refuse. And that is precisely what explains why your unconscious mind presents this situation to you as an emotional substitute, which allows you, at least in the dream world, to free yourself by telling the person who is asking you that you do not want to do it. because that's what you really want. Being the one who makes your own decisions and escaping precisely from all those people who surprise you by forcing you to say yes on account of making you believe that it is a decision when in practice it is something that they have already decided for you well in advance. The problem is that in the dream, it is also very likely that you are going to accept. That is, you will not be able to make your wish. And why does this happen? Well, precisely because your conscious self is going to enter your dream to try to control your greatest fear, which is to oppose all the people who care about you, since it is there where is the true core of all your insecurity processes. What is actually holding you back? The fact that you don't know how to act when you want to express your own will against the majority decisions of other people. That is what, at this stage of your life, has come into contradiction. On the one hand, you want to do your own will, make your own decisions, but you simply cannot because your conscious self vehemently opposes you to do so, because it is there that you have found throughout your years your greatest source of suffering. And this is very important because it suggests that you come from a family environment in which your personal tastes were repressed. You certainly either had a very authoritative father or a mother who saw you as a kind of doll that she could play with, which in turn makes me realize that you were the type of son or daughter whom their parents saw as an extension of themselves. And that's why you lived a childhood in which, for example, they took you to buy clothes and made you believe that you were choosing how to dress, when in fact they had already made their decisions for you long before. Something that otherwise they did on the basis of pointing out in public if you wanted to do something or not, which made it impossible for you to refuse to do it, because when you had done it, you had been censored or treated like you were a bad boy or girl, for the case of the ladies who are watching this video. Well, this is just one example of a process that you have been facing throughout your childhood and youth. The problem is that your conscious self got used to repressing that part of your being, which in turn resulted in those desires to make your own decisions being abandoned in your unconscious. And now they struggle to get out because your conscious self needs them to develop fully. That is why you are going to feel so anguished when you are forced to make decisions in public. You are the type of person who will have a hard time saying no to his colleagues because you fear the consequence of doing so. Contempt you would provoke if you dared to do your own will. Therefore, when the marriage proposal is given, no one expects the bride to say no, because the bride or groom, because a man could also receive this proposal, is forced to accept so as not to ruin the moment, which is exactly what happens to you at this moment. You want, with all your beings, to ruin the moment for the people who make your decisions for you and therefore define your future, because in some way they take advantage of your goodwill. As you can see, this is a much more complex dream than it might seem. So you have to pay close attention in case you see yourself in a dream receiving a marriage proposal. For the same reason, you already know that if you want me to psychoanalyze some of your dreams or have therapy sessions with me, you send me an email to the one that I leave you below so that I can tell you the way in which you can integrate to my consultation. And please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video if it helped you in any way, and share it so that others can access to this kind of knowledge. Have a wonderful day, and with it, the most beautiful dreams. Bye!